my name's Tori. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first official video, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself and then we'll get to the decal. I am a military spouse. My husband's currently stationed here in Georgia. We're actually moving back home, which is Pennsylvania, at the end of the month because he's going National Guard. I have a 2-year-old little girl and I also have a 3-year-old fur baby named Scout. I have been doing this for over a year now, and I have a little side business, not too much because I like to spend time with the family. And the reason I got into it was my mom had gotten a Cricut, and then I liked it so much, so I went out and bought myself one. I can do a video later on comparing like Cricut versus Silhouette, which I don't have a Silhouette, but I've heard stories, so I'll do a comparison video between the two another time. My husband fully supports me. He's a wonderful husband actually for it because I don't know how he deals with my addiction with stuff like that. But feel free to ask any questions below and I'll either reply or do another video to the questions that you ask. So let's get started today. I have a decal here. It says Stress, Bless, and Race and Obsess. It's actually for a friend's car that I'm making it for. I had already cut it out with the Cricut and then I'd weeded it all out and everything. So we legit just had to put the decal, the vinyl with the transfer tape, and then it'll be ready to go to send off to my friend. So I already pre-cut the transfer tape so it fits like this. I kind of measure it like that for now, and then we'll trim up everything else later. And I either use this tool here, and I've gotten it from Harbor Freight. It was like in a pack with maybe 5 or 6 other ones, and it was like $2 or something. And the transfer tape is the Walmart section. And it was probably like $2 a roll, and it's lasted me maybe 6-7 months. And I do a lot of these, so it lasts me long. I also have this picker tool that I've gotten from, I think it was 651 Vinyl. That had sent me in, no, it was actually not a Walmart, Amazon package that I'd gotten this from, and it actually works great for like weeding. If you need something really small, it grabs the vinyl for you. So what I simply do is I take this and I take a really, really small corner. Let me move this so you can see it. I take a small corner and I like poke it through and it lifts up for me. And it just peels apart from this. You no longer need this unless you want to put the vinyl sticker back on this, which sometimes I do if it's like a 2-color project. So there's 2 ways you can either do this. You can set this down and place the decal right on top of it, which I find is the easiest unless you're trying to align something up. But if it's like a single all the same color one, you can just place on down, or you can put this down and place it over top like this. I just find that it like will grab at places you don't want it in and it doesn't get as smooth as I want it to be. So I'm just gonna set this down and then I try and align it from the top one. Guys, and if you're really gentle and don't press down on it, you can pull it back up and fix whatever you need to. My thing was a little crooked, so I didn't want it all that crooked. You place it down, and I have a Cricut scraper. Some people use a credit card, some others will buy somewhere else like a scraper. I just happen to use the Cricut because that's what came with my Cricut. And you just push the back of it and you rub-a-dub-dub, as people say. And this just helps make sure the vinyl sticks to the transfer sheet. Before I go any further, I'm going to cut some of this down so I don't have to worry about it sticking anywhere else. And I'm going to reuse my sheet there because I didn't like how crooked the vinyl sheet actually was. What is that? Sorry, there was something in the transfer sheet. And when you do this, make sure you press firmly, but not too firm that it like rips the vinyl with the transfer sheet, because that's no good then. And what I do to make sure it definitely stuck is I pull back slowly. And sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the day and the vinyl. Certain vinyls, like Cricut vinyl, is too thick sometimes, and the transfer sheet doesn't pick up on it. And sometimes if you're having a difficult time, I kind of bend it back and peel with my poker. And sometimes it's just it cuts all the way through to the back end of the vinyl and it gets stuck and you have to peel it off, which I've realized. So next time I have to change my setting on my Cricut so it doesn't cut all the way through like that. There we go. And you see how it's pulling apart here? You just take it slowly. You really want to bend the vinyl sheet back. You don't want to pull straight up because it's not going to transfer that well. And I've realized sometimes coming from an angle, it works better coming from an angle than it does if you were to peel back. So that's advice I have for you guys. And sometimes if I can't get one side, I'll go to the other side. And it works better coming from the other side than that side for some reason, especially if the vinyl cut all the way through to the back, like mine has done. Sorry, guys. And I play with it a lot of the times, you know, you got to in order to get it to transfer. And if you decide to just put it over top of the sheet, I suggest that you make sure it comes off first before you actually send it to someone or use it. Because it's no good if it doesn't come off for you or your customer or whatever the case may be. There we go. Just back in. Sorry, you guys, it really cut through the back end of this. I'm trying not to get my hair in it either. Probably be best if you pull your hair back, huh? And always watch with the cursive letters, because sometimes if you pull too hard and the one section doesn't come up, it can rip your vinyl and you have to start all over again. And no one wants to do that. But like I said, I've been doing this for over a year now. I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm far from perfect. There's still projects that I haven't done that I want to try and do. There's things that I just won't do because I'm not comfortable doing them. And that's okay to say too, especially when you're starting out. But this is a vinyl. Oh. That has been, this is the transfer sheet that the vinyl is now on. So what I personally do is I take the sheet that the transfer paper was on to begin with, and I place it centered as best as I can. And sometimes it's really forgiving and sometimes it's not. So now it's on the transfer sheet. I know it's hard to tell because it's white and the back end and everything. You see it's on the transfer sheet. So what I do next is I take my cutter here and I just simply trim up the sides so it's like a perfect rectangle or square or whatever you need it to be, so it looks a little bit better, especially for a customer. So I just simply line it up, make sure I'm not cutting any of the vinyl or the image or whatever it may be. And to me, I think it just looks professional. I usually end up picking scraps up later because I drop a lot a lot of stuff. And I vacuum a lot too. Between all the vinyl scraps and transfer paper and all that stuff, I am usually cutting a lot. Moved on me. I'm not sure if you can tell now, but it's a lot better square than what it was before, and it looks more professional. So then I send this in an envelope or hand it to them with my business card, their invoice and stuff like that, and they love them. It's easy, and then you know the vinyl will actually transfer with the transfer paper. So I've had times where, oh, I can't get it off, and a lot of times it's like the Cricut vinyl that doesn't stick well with the transfer tape, and it's either you buy the Cricut transfer tape with it and it's too thick and too strong with the Cricut vinyl and it won't come off of the transfer tape, or you have the complete opposite where the vinyl won't go to the transfer tape. So it's a lose-lose situation. You kind of have to see what transfer tape you like. I personally like the Walmart one because it's not too strong, but it's not too weak to pick up the vinyl. I use a lot of the 651 vinyl and not the Cricut vinyl. Cricut vinyl is not permanent, where 651 is, so you have that unless you want to use like the Cricut vinyl for like walls. Then it will come off and it's not permanent and shouldn't damage your walls. It's still a little iffy if you ask me. But yeah, that's my tutorial today on how to do the decal. If you have any questions, like I said before, just comment below. I'll either do replies to those or do another video, but tell me how you like it. Thank you.